What's up, family? It's your boy Talik Shakur, aka Sound Leak, and welcome to my channel. So, it's very early right now. The Lord woke me up out of my sleep to convey a message or a sermon, if you will, and it is based upon faith, right? So, the title of this video or recording is called More Faith. So let's just get right into it. So many of us are in a season where our faith is constantly being tested. Situations of hardship are coming at us left and right. And you may have grown to become a bit weary. Your thoughts are running rampant and you're trying to figure out why is it that you keep experiencing such hardships. It may be a coworker that you're dealing with, or a customer, a reoccurring customer, someone who it seems like they have some sort of malice against you, or they just don't like you for whatever reason. I'm here to tell you to not let this bother you, but instead find joy in it. This is only a testament to your faith, or of your faith. All right, so I'll be reading from the book of James, chapter 1, to contextualize what God had me to write down. James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4 states, "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing." I'm going to read that one more time. "Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing." So one of the key points that I recognize, right, was that James says, consider it an opportunity for great joy, right? And you may say, if I'm struggling, if I'm suffering, if I'm going through such immense trials, how do I find joy amidst this storm? Let's move over to James 1, verse 12. James 1, verse 12 reads, "God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him." All right, so we have two key points, right? God blesses those who patiently endure, and afterward, they will receive the crown of life. So we know that if we endure, if we are patient enough, we receive these joyous things, right? And this is what, oh Lord, this is what upkeeps our joy, right? When we keep our eyes focused on the kingdom and its glory, right? This alone should keep us joyous, right? And not just the thought of it, but the feeling. When you receive the Holy Spirit, God will give you a joyous feeling. So this is a blessing in and of itself, that God allows us a portion or a piece of heaven while we're here on earth. No more suffering in these bodies. See, the problem is most people grow weary because of the lack of knowledge and wisdom that they don't have. James 1, 5 through 8 states, "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, But when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver. For a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world. They are unstable in everything they do. See, all we have to do is ask, but we must make sure that when we ask, we are asking because we are coming from a place of genuinely seeking the Lord. Otherwise, you will continue to grow weary because your faith is not solid. It's not sturdy. Let's jump to James 9 through 11. James 9 through 11 reads, believers who are poor have something to boast about, for God has honored them, and those who are rich boast that God has humbled them. They will fade away like a little flower in the field. The hot sun rises and the grass withers. The little flower droops and falls, and its beauty fades away. In the same way, the rich will fade away with all of their achievements. See, we can get caught up in the lavishness of this life and forget about our true life, which is our life that is in heaven. We begin to put our faith in things instead of God. And when we stop getting these things, we think that God has left us or God has forsaken us because we no longer have access to these things. James 13, chapter 1, 13 through 18 reads, and remember, when you're being tempted, do not say, God is tempting me. God is never tempted to do wrong, and he never tempts anyone else. Temptation comes from our desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. So don't mislead, my dear brothers. Don't be misled, my dear brothers and sisters. Whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father, who created all the lights in the heavens. He never changes or casts a shifting shadow. He chose to give birth to us by giving us his true word. And we out of all creation became his prized possession. It's not that God has left us, right? It's the fact that we've chosen to take on our sinful nature, our sinful desires. Our faith should be rooted upon the spiritual gifts that God has given us, right? Like verse 17, whatever is good and perfect is a gift coming down to us from God our Father, and God our Father who created all the lights in the heavens. So a gift coming down from heaven is a spiritual gift because there is no carnality, there is no flesh in heaven. So the gifts that God gives us, they have to be spiritual. So when we receive these gifts, James is talking about spiritual gifts, things that are unseen, right? And these unseen gifts are gifts such as prophecy, healing, preachers, teachers, past. Like, these are the gifts that come from God. Recognize what the gift truly is, what the true gifts are, and they come from heaven, and it's God allowing us a taste of his glory, and we should be appreciative. We should be thankful, and that's what our faith should be rooted upon. It's just profound is what it is. Yeah, it's amazing, man. So I hope that this video was able to help someone. I hope that this video was able to strengthen someone's faith. I hope that this leads you closer to God. I pray that it gave you insight as to how to strengthen your faith and how to combat tricks of the enemy. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Talik Shakur, aka Sound Leak. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Let's continue to keep growing in all things that God has for us. And I hope to see y'all soon. Love you. Love and peace.